What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Willie. Hey, sorry about the hiatus. You know, I had some stuff that I was dealing with a couple weeks ago, plus no internet and everything. But now I'm back to pretty much close to 100%, and we're going to start doing these every Sunday. I'm going to do something every Sunday. So, hey, random acts of will, you know how we do. It's just random. It's whatever's on the brain at the moment. And right now, at the moment, new Magic set came out, Dark Ascension. Well, actually, it comes out this Friday. And today is Wednesday, which is the day I'll be posting this video. I got lucky, went to the pre-release, got this Ravenous Demon. I know that the vision's a little bit blurry on there, but hey, I can't fix the camera to work it right. But it's a 4/4 demon, sacrifice a human, transform them to this big, huge 9/9 flying trample that if you can't kill them, it might end up potentially killing you unless you have humans. So, yeah, that guy. I wanted to go over some of my favorite cards of the set that I've seen so far. First of all, they brought back Fling and Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds, of course, is basically Terramorphic Expanse with a different name. So glad they brought that back, so that way we can finally fix our mana fixings a little bit better. And then Fling, of course. Good red removal, sack a dude, do some damage. Also, what's really good about that is it triggers Morbid. Of course, Morbid, as you noticed in the last set, whenever something dies, whatever the spell that has Morbid is, it does something more. So Fling is a good outlet to help you trigger Morbid as well as do something extra on top of that. They also brought this thing called Undying. And this is called Undying Evil. And what it is instant for 1 black. Target creature gains Undying until end of turn. Now what that means is that whenever it dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return it to play with a +1/+1 counter on it. Now what's so cool about that is basically say somebody plays Day of Judgment, you can sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm going to pay 1 black mana and I'm going to save this Primeval Titan that's over here. So not only will it stay alive, it'll come right back with the +1/+1 counter, and also since it's a Titan, it re-triggers. Pretty amazing. The next thing is this Chalice of Life. They brought a handful of new cool flip cards. Now, Chalice of Life, Afflicted Deserter, and Soul Caesar. Now, Afflicted Deserter is a werewolf. This guy, I like him a lot because he flips, and whenever he flips, you can destroy target artifact, and if the artifact is put into a graveyard this way, he deals 3 damage to the artifact's controller. So basically, if he flips, he gets to destroy an artifact for free, which is pretty cool. The next thing is this Chalice of Life. This Chalice of Life says tap, you gain 1 life. Then at the starting, then if you have at least 10 or more than your starting life total, transform Chalice of Life. So it transforms to tap, target player loses 5 life. That's 1/4 of their life just for tapping this thing. I expect some life gain decks to be coming around sometime soon. And the last one is this creature called Soul Caesar. It's a 1/3 flyer for 5. Now, it sounds like it's all bad, except for when it deals combat damage, you may transform it, and if you do, attach it to target creature that player controls. And basically what it is, it's pretty much a control magic. You basically sit there, you deal damage to them, and then you're just like, hey, I'll just take that guy from you. You don't need him. So cool, in my opinion. I love it. Another cool thing, which I think is probably the coolest common in this set, is Tragic Slip. Now, Tragic Slip, the reason why I like it a lot is for 1 black mana, you can give target creature -1/-1 until end of the turn. But if you activate Morbid, if something dies that turn, that creature gets -13 until end of turn instead. So, in case if you're wondering what that means, is it can kill pretty much any creature that you can target. In standard, definitely. I mean, it even kills it kills Blightsteel Colossus. It's like, hey, something died. Bye, Blightsteel Colossus. How tragic. Love this card. And it's an instant, and it's for 1 black. I expect to see 4 of these played in any deck that has black. At least a couple of them, because it gets rid of just about anything, especially since a lot of stuff has 1 toughness nowadays too. Snapcaster Mage, Delver, yeah. So in the pre-release, I got a handful of rares, but one thing cool about the pre-release I went to this one in Texas Battle Bunker. They had a tournament where if you won, after the standard pre-release, but they had a tournament that if you won, you got a box of Dark Ascension. And this guy won a box of Dark Ascension. But then after that, they had another tournament where if you won, you got another box of Dark Ascension. Say hello to box number 2. Yeah, I'm that good. Nah, but for real though, I'm real happy about that because I got a whole bunch of rares of this new set, and the new set comes out this week, and I'm already like ahead of the game. So let me show you all some really cool rares that I enjoyed. There's Giraffe's Messenger, which seems like it's like the new Kitchen Finks, pretty much. It has Undying. It's a 3/2. It costs 3 black, unfortunately, 3 whole black mana. But it enters the battlefield tap, unfortunately. But whenever it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life. So whenever it undies, target opponent loses another 2 life. And then you got a little beat stick that's just going to be beating face. Pretty cool. Thalia, Guardian of Theremin, is 2/1 first strike, but she says non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. She's a legendary creature as well. I expect this to be in like all these like little human decks that runs no removal, that's just gonna like beat faces in, and they're gonna be like one of her out of nowhere, but she still dies to tragic slip, unfortunately. But then again, like all those decks play like Honor the Peer and everything too, so you're alright. Counterlash is probably my favorite card of the set. There's a story behind this. I actually had this in my seal pool. Alright? So I'm sitting there attacking with like a couple flyers and all sorts of stuff against one of my buddies. He decides to flash in this guy. It's a flash flying Hollow Hinge Spirit. When Hollow Hinge enters, it's a flash flying 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, remove a target attacking or blocking creature from combat. So he plays that. I play Counterlash. Alright? To counter his creature, and what Counterlash does is it says counter target spell. You may cast a non-land card in your hand that shares a card type with that spell without paying its mana cost. So it's like, hey, I counter your guy. Then I'll put in this Markov Warlord, who's a 4/4 haste that says when it enters the battlefield, up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. You got 2 other flyers sitting there, so I'm going to just go ahead and say they can't block now. I know, pretty pro. It was a blowout. It was just like, oh my god, what just happened? Yeah, Counterlash, it's ridiculous. It costs 6, but odds are if you can get off a successful one, it's probably going to be a blowout. Next is this Vault of the Archangel, which I kind of see now, like with this card, a lot of green-white token decks are now going to go to black-white, because basically this says, hey, all of your creatures during the turn gain death touch and lifelink. So all your creatures basically become Nighthawks that don't fly, which is really, really good. So you mean that I'm going to be attacking, and if they block, I can kill them all and gain a crap load of life? All day, sir. All day. Alright? This Huntmaster guy looks pretty smooth. When he comes into play, he gives you another 2/2 Green Wolf, and you also gain 2 life. So he's 2 2/2s for 4, and you get 2 life. Not bad. But then when you transform him, he deals 2 damage to the target opponent and 2 damage to 1 creature that player controls. So basically, he can kill something and shock your opponent. Right now, this guy's going for like, I want to say about 15, 13 maybe, something around there. He's going for above 10. And I don't expect him to drop yet, but, you know, we never know. This sword, real quick, costs 7. And it equips for 1. An equipped creature gets +1/+0. Alright? Sounds pretty just, why are you going to play it? It's even legendary too, so it sounds like it's all bad. Alright?
But whenever you equip creature deals combat damage to a player, unattach Elberus, the Binding Blade, and transform it. And it transforms into this huge 13/13 flying intimidate trample demon that just destroys everybody. Oh, and then whenever a player loses a game, put 13+1/+1 counters on it. So yeah, that's going in like every one of my EDH decks, because I mean by that time I should be able to play it, equip, and win the game. Vorapede seems like he is like built for Birthing Pod. He's a 5-cost, 3 green, 2 Vigilance Trample, 5/4 with Undying. He's just huge, just a big fatty, and you Birthing Pod him to get your Titan, and he's also pretty much at Titan level as well. Nice. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. It's a 4/1 flying haste for 4 vampire that can become indestructible. Still dies a tragic slip, but it's still pretty gross. I mean, in the right deck, it can be like lethal on turn 4. Black Red Vampire is coming back. Grafdigger's Cage. That's basically the pithing needle of this set. It's gonna creature cards can enter the battlefield from graveyards or libraries, and players can't cast cards in graveyards or libraries, which is so good against all these snapcasters everywhere. This is so good for every format. Like, these are going to be like $5 to $6, and they're going to probably stay there. You're going to probably want to keep a play set of them. After that, I'd probably trade them off. Last card, you know I got one. Good old Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. He makes babies, he pumps up your dudes, and he destroys a lot of stuff. He's pretty good, he's worth a lot. Considering trading mine right now, I don't know yet, because I might build black-white tokens. I'm still in the what am I going to build phase. But definitely, I'm kind of digging this set. Glad I won me 2 boxes. Hopefully I can win another one soon, and otherwise it's your boy Big Willie. Holla at your boy. Later.